Hey everyone, this is Yami, your Latina next door. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I have April's Look for Less challenge. Now, if this is your first time here, the Look for Less challenge is a challenge that I host every single month, where I basically ask you to recreate something higher end for your home, but at a much smaller cost. Now, before I get started, I want to thank Lindsey from Domer Home. She was my co-host this month. If you have not gone over and checked out her channel, please make sure you do so as soon as you finish with this one. I can't wait to see what she has created for this challenge. Also, don't forget to add your video to the playlist if you participated this month. And don't forget to check out everybody else's video in the playlist. There will be tons of Look for Less inspiration for you to check out. Okay, so it's been a while now and I have been wanting a Sunburst mirror, but I want a rustic one. And searching online, I came across some of these and they were quite expensive. They also came in very many different styles, so it was kind of hard to pick one. So I figured it would be a great time to make one myself and give it my own take and my own style. This one will take you a little bit of patience to make, but in the end, the results are so worth it. Now, before I start, make sure you subscribe to get more videos like this. All right, now that has been said, let's get started. All right, so for this, you're gonna need shims. I got this at my local Home Depot. These come in a pack of 12, and for this project, you're gonna need 16 packs, and they come for under $2. You're also going to need wood glue, and you're going to need something to clamp them down. Or if you don't have clamps, it's totally okay. You can use rubber bands, but you will need a lot of them. You will also need a mirror. I got this one from Dollar Tree. All right, you're going to open up your first pack of shims, and you're going to take out 3. And you're going to glue them together like this. When applying the wood glue, make sure you spread it out because the more surface area that touches each other with the wood glue, the stronger hold you will have. Oh, and the Latino engineer totally helped me out with this project. And then you're going to want to put them together like this. Now the shape that you're going to want to make is that one that you see to your right. First, you're going to clamp those 3 together like he's showing you right here. He's pretty particular about the wood project in the house, so he told me he was going to demonstrate this one. Now, if any of your shims are bowed in the center, you may want to add an additional clamp in the center, or again, if you don't have it, you can use rubber bands. Now you're going to take the next 4 shims from your packet. You're going to apply wood glue in the same manner, and you're going to put them together like you see here. You have just created one of the sides. This will go on one of the sides of the 3 that you have drying right now. And as you can see, he's using rubber bands to hold them together while they dry. So it's totally possible it can be done with rubber bands. Then you're going to take the next 4 shims and you're going to do the same thing for the other side of the form. So by now you should have 2 sides and 1 center. You should have used 3 for the center and 4 for each of the sides, using 11 out of the 12 shims of the package. But make sure you keep that 12th shim because you are going to need it. Okay, so after those have dried, and we usually let them dry overnight, you are going to put all of 3 pieces together. Again, more wood glue. Make sure to clamp them down and then let dry. You will do this 16 times. Okay, so a year later, I'm just kidding. Now, after you have all of them done, you're going to start assembling the Sunburst. Remember that 12th shim from the package? This is where it's going to come in handy. See, you're going to need one shim between each of the forms because each form is the exact same shape, which means when you put them together, the two pieces at the end are going to be the same length. That additional shim is going to add a differing height between the two, and I chose to make it longer. Again, make sure to use a lot of wood glue and spread it evenly because now you're building the structure, and the more glue you have, the better it's going to hold together. Also, as you are putting the Sunburst together, make sure you have something heavy at the very end to hold it in place while you keep adding them on the other side.
Oh my God.
And then you're just going to continue this all the way around until you reach the other end. You're going to be alternating the form with the single shim, the form, single shim, and so on. Alright, so once you reach the other side, you're going to want to wipe off any excess glue and also make any minor shifts to make sure it's the perfect shape. That's the perfect thing about wood glue, is that it has a little bit of give before it dries. And once you have the shape that you want, you're going to douse the center with more wood glue. I mean, you want to drench that thing. Don't hold back. This is the area where you're going to place your mirror, and I just took the mirror out of the Dollar Tree frame and I placed it right in the center over all of that glue. You're going to let this dry overnight as well. Alright, the following morning you're going to flip it over, and I'm sorry this is the only footage I have of that, but you're going to do the exact same thing, drenching it with more wood glue on the other side, and you're going to take that little sponge and you're going to really get it in all of those creases. Again, the more wood glue you use in all of those little crevices, the better the structure will hold.
Oh my God.
I let it dry overnight, and as you can see here, it is one solid piece. Now, I did think the mirror was missing a little bit of something, so I took an 8-inch embroidery hoop and I decided to use it for the frame of the mirror. I needed the embroidery hoop to look a little bit more weathered, just like the shims, so I added a little bit of pickling wash, and I also used a little bit of antiquing wax by Folgart that I love so much, and I was able to kind of make it match the Sunburst a little bit better. Then I used some E6000 to apply the embroidery hoop onto the mirror. And as you can see, it is a perfect fit. I removed any E6000 with a Q-tip that might have seeped out underneath the embroidery hoop, and I laid a heavy book on top to hold it together. And again, I let it dry overnight. The final piece was to install the hardware, and my husband decided that the best thing for this was one of those wire hanging kits. So he screwed these on either end and he added the wire between them, making sure that everything was nice and taut and it would not come undone. And of course, being the gentleman that he is, he hung it up for me. And here is the completed product. I am so proud I was able to finish this. It was a lot of work and waiting, but it was well worth the effort. I decided to keep the mirror like this and not paint it or anything. I liked the rustic touch it had. I liked the color of the wood. But of course, if you want to add color, change it up, do a nice gold glaze on it or something, you can definitely do it. All right, so let's see how I did. The closest looking Sunburst rustic mirror that I found was at Overstock and it was going for $282. So each of the shim packs were $1.96 a piece. I used 16 of those. I also needed the mirror and the embroidery hoop. So my total came up to $35 because I had everything else on hand. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and this look for less. I now have my very own unique rustic sunburst mirror for my room. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and don't forget to check out Lindsey's Look for Less video as well. I am sure you will love what she's created. All right, that's it for this. I have another amazing co-host next month, so stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, adios.